Warning, this video is not going to be obvious bullshit advice like, just do what you love, bro. It's going to be actual tips you can start using right now to put you closer to finding what you're passionate about. Alright, let's jump right into it. An unfortunate reality in our society is that most people live boring lives. They go through the motions, work jobs they don't like, dread Mondays, look forward to the weekend, and do nothing more than simply exist. Now, if you're in high school or even college, it may sound like that life's really far off and you won't end up like that, but the reality is most people do. And you need to make sure you avoid it at all costs. So, since I care about my based Olympians, today I'm going to teach you the process I followed to find my passion, and how at a really young age, I'm only focusing on doing things I actually want to be doing. Number 1, write down a list of all the things you want to try doing and then start actually doing them. I know a lot of people I've talked to on my Instagram DMs and in real life who say to me, but how can I do what I love if I haven't found what I'm passionate about? And my advice when I hear this is always the same. How are you supposed to know what you're passionate about if you're not even trying shit out? I recommend starting by writing down a list of at least 10 things you think you might be interested in, want to try, or things you've already done but never made the time to actually pursue fully. Now, if you can't think of 10 things, start with 5 or 3 or even 1. 1 is greater than 0 is the mentality you should be following here. And this way, at least if you try one thing and you don't like it, then you've successfully crossed off one potential passion, and you're one step closer to finding what you actually like. The point is that once you write it down, it serves as the way to keep you accountable to pursue it. Once you write it down, it's time to go out, try it, and really give it a chance. So, for example, if you've always wanted to try to get into photography but never actually tried it, then write that down on your list and then go out and start taking pictures of shit. Photography is actually something that I always wanted to try, and once I put it on my list and wrote it down, it forced me to go out and try it. Within a few months, it had gotten to the point where I was going out and taking pictures multiple times a week and editing for hours. Just by finally doing something I always wanted to try, I found a passion I love, and one that I'll likely continue for the rest of my life. This is probably the most important step, and I attribute a lot of my current passions to this one step because of how it forces you to actually go out and start doing shit. Number 2, focus on actually doing and moving forward. What I mean by this is this. Any progress is good progress. So if photography is one of the 10 things on your list, then you can start really simple by taking pictures on your iPhone and editing using free apps on your phone or computer. You don't need to go out and buy an $800 camera just to find out 3 days later you don't like photography. This is the experimental stage of finding your passion, so start small and progressively take bigger steps and invest more based on how much you actually like doing it. With the internet, you can basically start any hobby and see if it's a potential passion for free. Even doing simple shit like watching videos or how to take good photos and reading articles about the best cameras for beginners is progress toward your goals, because by doing this, you'll start to figure out if you actually like this shit or not. Don't forget the ultimate goal. The goal here is to find something you really like doing. So, by writing a list, you're narrowing down what you might be passionate about and making an agenda to try each thing. It's more important to try each thing in a small way that actually shows you if there's interest there or not, than to make bullshit excuses like, I can't afford a good enough camera. Also, it doesn't even make sense to spend a lot of money and time on these things in the beginning, because there's still a chance you may end up not liking that one specific thing. I remember this time when one of my friends thought she wanted to get into PC gaming. So she went on Amazon and ordered this $2,000 gaming PC, a big-ass monitor, mouse, everything. Used it for literally 3 weeks and then got bored. And I remember laughing about it like, well, that was a mistake. Moral of the story? Start small and begin to invest incrementally in the things you like doing as you try them out more and get familiar with them. Number 3, have multiple passions. Now, most motivational speakers who claim to give life advice will tell you that you should try to find one thing and only focus on doing that. But I actually think that advice is only half true. The fact is, as a human being living in a time with so much opportunity and access to virtually everything, you're bound to like doing more than one thing. So take advantage of the time we live in and have multiple hobbies and passions. I do think it's important to have one main passion to focus on, because then you'll be able to devote most of your time to it and build something really meaningful. However, you should have other things outside of this in order to keep you centered and well-balanced. These side passions also help clear your mind and provide a release from focusing on your one thing all the time, which in turn actually helps make you more focused and clear-minded when it's time to get back and work on it. For example, with me personally, aside from being a god, creating new planets with my mind and having sex with Victoria's Secret models, my main passion is this YouTube channel. The one thing you're watching right now, where the bottom line I'm focused on is helping you guys become the most badass and best versions of yourselves. I'm already pretty successful in other areas of my life, so now I really like helping others and trying to bring people up so they can be happy and successful as well. However, while this is my main passion at the moment, I also have other passions like photography, meditating, working out, biking, reading, boxing, playing video games, and spending time with my family and friends. Here's an example of what I like to refer to as my passion schedule. I work on this channel for the majority of my week. This is my one thing that I focus most of my time on. I'll go biking for about an hour in the morning or early afternoon while listening to an audiobook or a relaxing playlist to clear my mind, think about new ideas, and get a cardio workout in that's more fun than normal jogging. I try to bike at least 3 to 4 times a week, sometimes more, sometimes less. It just really depends. I like to meditate most days for about 10 to 20 minutes, typically in the very beginning of the day, to improve my focus throughout the day and get my mind fresh for what's to come. Or at the end of the day to cool down and prep myself for some good sleep and dreams. I work out about 1 hour, 3 to 4 days a week. I box for 1 hour, 2 times a week. I go out and work on my photography and/or editing for a couple of hours at least 2 times a week. I read about topics related to my passions or things I'm interested in learning about in general for about 1 hour per day. I play video games a couple hours a week. And finally, I like to spend at least an hour with my family and friends each day. So, as you can see, I'm able to pursue my other passions while still focusing most of my attention on my one thing, which in my case is this channel and helping you guys out. You don't have to do everything you're passionate about every single day, but finding a balance that works best for you will allow you to live a more positive and fulfilling life, because you'll always have something you love to look forward to each day. Also, having multiple hobbies that you work on each day helps keep your days fresh and new, since you're not doing the same exact thing every day and you have something different that you like doing every single day. Number 4, just do stuff. I've said this before and I'll say it again, just do stuff. You'll be constantly growing as a person, improving yourself, trying new things, experimenting with things and people in yourself, and developing your personality. So the more you put yourself out there and try stuff and truly give it your all, the more you'll find yourself discovering new things that you enjoy. You can think of life as a path. Once you get on it, you never know where it's going to take you. In summary, write down a list of things you want to try out and actually start trying them out to see if they could become potential passions. 2. Focus on actually trying different things, even if it means trying out new things in smaller, more manageable ways. 3. Have multiple interests. 4. Do stuff and see where it takes you. If you like these lifestyle advice videos I've been doing, then be sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments if you want more of these videos.